we on already or what?
That's practice. Past practice.
Nice.
It's on already. It's rolling. You can edit later.
Put your keys away, okay?
Yeah, I know.
And turn the volume
away.
off on your phone. No cell phones allowed.
Tough crowd. The guy shows up late, and then all of a sudden everyone's
Listen,
giving him a hard time.
I came from Kitchener, and I was here on time.
I know.
And I led PD.
Yeah, but you're a consultant.
Rolls,
What
you
do
know.
consultants do?
I'm not a consultant. I'm a vice principal now.
Well, that's right.
Oh,
That's
my
why-
God.
Did you miss the memo?
Oh, man.
That's why you're here. That's why.
Tell her.
Good save. Good save.
And I wasn't a consultant. I was a liaison.
Yeah.
I'll have you know.
Okay.
Can we just do like a
Can we-
take
Let's talk about someone else now
I
because
want to know how
would have-
Delmar's going to recover from this, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Did you guys know that I got a comment from a listener, and they said that our intro song sounds like Beverly Hills 90210.
Oh gosh.
Really?
And I was like, it doesn't really.
A little bit.
I think it does, right?
A little bit. We got to listen to it.
Yeah.
I think you need 5 minutes to decompress your day first before we press the...
I think this
Why is everyone talking about me right now? We have a guest. We're not being very good hosts here, guys.
You don't
We
even
were
know
till you
that
got here.
So Nada, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You want to give the listeners introduction?
Listeners,
to who
as
you
in
are?
you.
And my mom.
Hi,
Hi,
Delmar's mom.
And my mom, too.
Okay.
Hi,
Hi,
Maria.
everybody's mom. I am a vice principal. I've started on St. Patrick's Day, which was a super duper lucky day for me to be joining an amazing community. So I'm 2 weeks in plus today. So today was my first PD day with the staff, and it's been awesome thus far.
Nice. So what does first day in Min and St. Patrick's Day look like?
It was fun. They had like wear green and all the things, and the kids were all excited. And I had my office a little bit decorated nicely to welcome St. Patrick's Day.
You did that, or they already had it?
I did
done
it.
for you?
My March break was in my new office, getting it ready to go. That way, it was just go time when I got there.
Yeah.
I treated the staff to some cookies, just
That's
like
nice.
a lucky me, glad to be here.
Oh, Jordan, let's look at that
I
treat,
know.
staff treats.
Taking notes, huh?
When was the last time that you treated your staff to cookies?
I might have started out that way, then it's been screwed ever since. But that's great. It's so nice.
Yeah.
How many people are on staff?
Well, a lot. We have like lunch hour supervisors who are coming and going. We have about 60 to 70 or so. So
Big place.
there were
Yeah, it's a
65
big place.
cookies, and there was maybe like 2 left at the end.
Cool.
So
It's a big place.
yeah,
So
big place.
you've been there now for a few weeks, right?
hmm
Have you had one of those like, hey, welcome to admin moments that you're like, oh, I didn't expect that. Like, oh, this must be like what it's like to be an administrator.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you know what? It's that easy connect piece where staff put in their absence and you got to fill the role, and we really want to honor planning time because then if we don't, we got to pay it back. So we want to stay on top of that. So who can we move? Can we shuffle to ensure planning time is getting covered? Me coming out of secondary and then out of the board, planning time, I've never had to think about planning time, wrap my head around planning time. So I'm slowly wrapping my head around fail to fills, right? And what do we do? The classes need coverage. Planning time, teachers, their time needs to be honored. So it's like a puzzle piece every day at like 6 a.m. or 7 a.m.
Yeah.
or sometimes even 9:30 a.m. So my administrator takes care of most of that, but I am seeing it all and trying to contribute to the updates as they come because sometimes things are failed to fill and then an hour later someone accepts it. So it's like, well, reshuffle, redo. So it's little puzzle pieces to get the day going because kids need someone in front of them. So that's like the biggest eye-opener. Other than that, I'm just going
How do you
along.
find, I guess, the change of pace from working at the board office? It's in air quotes. Sometimes Jordan does question marks. That's air
Yeah.
quotes. Board
Jordan's
office.
doing air quotations right now.
Yes.
Like you're going from a very adult-centered space into like these little gaffers.
Little
Like
gaffers.
what has that change of pace been
It's
like?
walking
for you?
into kindergarten class and you're a rock star.
I am a rock
Right?
star. I love it. It's great. And I teach in the morning, so I teach planning time. So I'm
So you're
providing
happy.
planning time for teachers. So I'm really getting to know the names of like 3 classes. So where I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to know the 562 students? I for sure am going to know these 60 students, which is good because then they bring their friends along. But coming from the board office to here, the role of the board office, I had 11 schools. So there was really no digging in and building relationship other than with the spec ed teacher and a classroom teacher of the student that we were in for. Here it's you're with these people every day, building relationship, listening to them when they need something, trying to make sure that they have what they need to have a good day and have the resources to make sure the students are successful. So as much as they do come to the administrator, The administrator tries to include me as much as he can, just so that I can be learning from like what he would do, so that when they do come straight to me, I'd be more aware of different ways of handling situations. So,
cool. You know, some of our listeners, besides Delmar's mom.
Hey, you leave my mom out of this, all
Okay,
right?
leave her out of it. They are actually interested in moving to roles into administrative roles, but also to like central roles, like consultancy roles and whatnot. Can you maybe talk a little bit about that? Like, we're gonna get more back into like, you know,
Sure.
being where you are now, but like not being connected to community, like how you sustain yourself in that capacity. Because I know Matt did a little bit too, but you were there even longer. So
I find that when you go to the board office, you are a part of a community, but the community is not gathering on regular bases. And even when they do try, like once a month, we're invited to their community mass. And if you're buzzing around at schools, if you don't prioritize that time, you will not gather in community. If you prioritize planning around that Tuesday mass once a month, then you will be in community. So your experience at the board level is what you make it. You all know me, especially from being here. I thrive on community and the social aspect and getting involved. So if you remember our dear friend Kelly, we started our own sunshine committee at the board office, bringing sunshine and joy to people, trying to find ways to sprinkle kindness and sunshine in gatherings. So if you, aside from your actual role of what you're there for, if you get involved in other things, like I chaired the pastoral committee, like you just kind of build capacity with other people in addition to your job. So I could have just been a spec ed liaison, but I was a spec ed liaison in addition to other things that I chose to do to fill my bucket in addition to my job. Otherwise, you're coming and going and you're not in the community as often.
And I think that you did a really great job of that because you also had a hard time of doing it because it was at the height of COVID, right? And I specifically remember I was having a pretty tough day one day, and all I see is pop up on my Teams is a call from you.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I didn't have a meeting scheduled with Nada or anything like that. So then I open it up, and then on the screen pops up you with like goofy glasses and hat, and Kelly, and you guys are like, how's it going? Right? And actually that was perfectly timed because it was I was having a rough time there, and that call came up, and I was like, oh, help me anyways. But it was great how you guys took something like COVID, where it's like, how do you do that? Like, how do you do that virtually? But you guys really did a great job of that.
Yeah. Try to get opportunities for people to get online. We cold called people and we're like, what are you doing right now? And they're like, work?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk for a couple minutes? Yeah. What's up? Nothing. Let's just talk. We miss you.
Yeah.
So people got used to our cold calls, and people actually were like, when are you going to cold call me? Well, we can't tell you because then it's not a cold call.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Okay. We need a funny story from your first, how many weeks now you been in the
2.
To be fair, though, we all gotta share one, though, right? Because it can't just be about Nada. Like so if you're asking about a funny story about your admin or your first day or share something, we all gotta contribute to that. I feel, right?
Okay, who's going first?
I feel like it's only fair. Well, it's going to be you.
Okay,
first,
well, I have my
sure
story.
first.
I have my story.
Okay.
So you do your shadowing and you ask all the questions and the generic things. Well, not everybody can remember to tell you everything. Being outside on yard duty, especially when you're admin, is like a magical thing. Nothing goes wrong. Oh my gosh, now that I put it out there, something's going to happen tomorrow. I hope nothing happens tomorrow. Everything's calm. The kids are respectful. They see you out there and all things good. But on my shadowing day, I didn't eat lunch till like 2 o'clock. So I was like, if I'm out here from 11:45 till 12:45, I'm going to take an apple with me. So Monday, I'm eating my apple. And there's kids looking at me funny. Tuesday, I'm peeling back my banana during lunch. Go to the compost, shove it in, because it's locked. You really have to get the garbage in there. Wednesday, these girls, Mrs. Offak, you're eating an orange. Yep, that's what it's called. It's an orange. Yeah, okay. And so we walked, and I walked to the green bin and shoved the orange peel in, and these older girls, grade 7 and 8, call me over, Mrs. Offak, are you changing the rules? And I thought, oh, no, but I feel like I'm breaking a rule right now. Why do you ask? We're not allowed to eat outside, Mrs. Offak. And on Monday, you ate an apple. Like, they knew what I was eating for the past 3 days.
That's great.
And no one said anything because I'm the administrator. But I wish they had told me sooner because you don't know what you don't know. I want to eat. So I owned it. I apologized. I told them I would never eat again. But I asked them to like inform me, where did this rule come from? How is it helping to not eat outside? And they let me know that, litter, right, the obvious, but also the wasps. Yes, there are no wasps right now in the winter, but just the rule is no eating outside so that no kids get stung when the weather gets nicer. And our yard is beautiful. It's immaculate. So it's a great rule. I owned it. And when I went to do my classroom visits, I told them, you must have seen me eating. No one told me I was eating except these 2 brave grade 7 and 8 girls. So if you see something that I'm doing that I'm not supposed to be doing, please tell me. Just like I can do what I want. I'm the administrator. Like, I don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
I love the kids called you on it. That's my favorite part.
But it
Probably
took
look
3
at this
days.
new person just flouting the rules.
It took
Eating
3
apples,
days. I
bananas.
wish they told me right away.
What do you think she
And
is?
then just go around doing that.
Yeah. So no more eating.
That's cute.
You eat when you can. So,
Love it. They're so cute.
yeah.
You got any cute stories, Delmar?
Do you have any?
No, you're next. We're going in order here.
One would involve Matt,
Uh-oh.
which is one of my favorite ones. He kind of dropped it a bit on the last pod about Pi Day. I thought that was a good one, but I'll leave it up to Matt to kind of don't give me that look. Maybe not ready yet.
Like Pi
We'll
Day,
do it on
March
the next-
13th?
No, yeah.
March 14th, 3.14.
March 14th, yeah.
14th.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. No, it's a
Pi Day.
very significant day with Matt and I, our relationship, both being math teachers, right? Like it would come up often in the math classroom and a certain situation there. But the look you're giving me right now, it doesn't seem like you're ready to share. So I'll share something else.
You just keep teasing that.
Just
I
keep
like it.
teasing it. I love it,
I
right?
do like it.
It'll
Right?
come out
Hey,
eventually.
Whenever you're
Right.
ready, you just float it out.
Lots
No,
of people know. It's not a secret.
okay, well, whenever you're ready to share, you can share.
But
You
that's
were a
the story
classroom
from the
teacher.
classroom.
You were a
That's the story
classroom
from the
teacher.
classroom.
Yeah.
That's right.
One of mine was actually my first day. We had a situation at school, and I pull up the cameras, and I'm kind of new at navigating the cameras and find out who it was. Don't know any names yet because I'm still kind of learning the role here, and saw the individual in the hallway afterwards. So then I bring him into the office. I start grilling him, and he's just like bewildered. Like he has no idea what I'm even talking about. So I'm like, you're either a very good actor or I'm that intimidating. Like I'm like really tough VP that I just scared you so much that you don't even know or have. It turns out like halfway through, like he was a very polite young man, and he kind of let me go off on like what I've seen and what the evidence I have and why would he do such a thing. To then he's like, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but I have a twin here at the school.
No.
I was like, oh, you don't say.
I guess your intro question could be like,
Yeah.
do you have a twin?
Yeah, it's important to know the siblings in the school, right? So
Yeah.
it wasn't him. It was his sibling. So that was, got the wrong kid. Yeah, it was great.
Oopsie.
Yeah, I did apologize. He thought it was funny, and yeah. So
Now go get your
So we
brother.
actually had a joke. We
Exactly.
actually did have a joke going on afterwards where he would always call me by a different name, right? Like to confuse,
Yeah.
right? And it's kind of good though. So, all right, Matt.
Pie story.
No, that's a classroom story.
Okay,
I'll-
fine.
I'll-
Give us
I'll
your
keep that one in
administrator
the back
story.
pocket. I just think it's not much of a story, but it's more of, you know, when you're like looking at the camera and you're going through something and you're just like, is that how I look? Right? You're
Really?
just like- you're
Yeah,
like,
camera-
Hey, is that your stance? Like,
Yeah.
what am I doing right now?
Yeah,
You
camera
know, you
adds,
see
like-
yourself. You're like,
50 pounds. That's 50
that's
pounds.
right. I'm
Camera
I'm not
adds,
too
like,
sure about
100
any of
pounds.
this.
And it makes a lot of bald spots somehow, too. I don't know what that's all about. It's weird.
Yeah, all the light just shines just
Bad-
right
bad
in certain
lighting.
areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Instagram lighting. That's
Just
for
more
sure.
an observation, like, oh, okay.
Now, with all that knowledge, or with all that,
I have a lot of intent.
I don't know what you
Yeah,
would
you're
call
right.
with that foresight now. Do you now have intent in how you walk in case it comes up on
In case
video?
I gotta look at myself again. That's right.
Or you can come to elementary. There are no cameras.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Come join
That must
us.
be
There you go.
peaceful.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just like one time, or is that like every day you're thinking
Yeah.
about
that's- Every time you see yourself, I'm like, reflect on that one. Hey.
Yeah.
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 it? My story revolves around cameras too.
Oh,
It's
brother.
funny, like people thinking we have access to cameras, so just
All
always
three of us.
checking stuff out, right?
Yeah.
I had one person call me. He had an urgent matter, so can you check the camera, like the front entrance, around a certain time? So I was like kind of live doing it with him on the phone. So yeah, around 11, about 11, okay, 11. Yeah, oh, you see me? Yeah, I see you. Just keep going. He's like, slow it down. 50%. I was like, okay.
He's talking to you through
He's
on the
like,
phone?
and he's
Yeah.
like, then he's like, I'll know when you've seen it. Anyways, he hits like a little rut in the ground. I don't know if I showed this one to you. And all his papers go flying all over the place. He does a big tumble on the ground, and he gets up and looks around. No one was looking. He just like dusts himself off. He asked for the clip, which we can't do.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what a tumble he had. So it's so serious. And I got off the phone with him, and I called Matt over immediately. Matt, you guys do this. Come on, right? There's that one.
Yeah.
There's that one. Then there was the one where we had the staff member run into an object in the parking lot. They came and said, "No, I really need to see this on camera because I can't believe I did this."
Yeah.
And totaled their car. But we're watching it for the first time all together, eyes glued, and oops, okay, that's not really good. And then the last one was we had something we were following up on at a sporting event, and I was watching it with a staff member at the security camera, and it was crowded. I think it was a basketball maybe game, and the hallway was just there must have been 100 people in the hallway. And at one point, I'm scrolling, and all of a sudden, I see a dog. There's a dog in this.
What?
There's a dog in the hallway. I'm like, is that a dog? What is going on here? This
being carried out, or
no, on a leash.
Is it a guide dog?
No, it was. I'm thinking, okay, this place is wild. What's a dog doing here? I couldn't believe it. I'm like, of all the things. So
it could have been a worse animal.
It could have been worse. And then another one, we had a raccoon go into a sea can when I was at another school in tech, and there was a kid in there. So we watched that on camera too, because these camera things are just hilarious.
I think we need a camera at my school.
Yeah, it's not that we watch it all the time, but if someone tells you that they want you to follow up, you got to follow up, right?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
just ridiculous things we find on there.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
It's good.
So maybe cameras would be better for us.
Well, if you give one to one elementary school, you need them for every single one.
Oh yeah.
So maybe
that's
not.
a rabbit hole you don't want to go.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No.
But there's some good ones on there.
Yeah. So I got to ask, before you get into the role, you have this vision or expectation of what admin is. Now that you've been in it for
2 weeks.
2 weeks, you're new there. Have your expectations changed, or is it pretty much what you thought it would be, or is it different?
It's
Tell me about
exactly
that.
what I thought it would be, because I had 10 schools, 10 administrators, some VPs. So I've seen principals in action at all the schools. You're there for all the things. For the ERTs, you're there for some of the really great celebration assemblies. So, and all the things in between. So I knew what I was getting myself into. So no, I don't feel like my eyes have become more open. Like I was ready for what I was stepping into.
Yeah.
In addition to the planning time in the morning, I'm kind of between teaching for part of the time and the vice principal. Yeah, so no big surprises, I'd say.
Our last episode, we did an episode on preparing for an interview.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a couple weeks in, like you said. Mm-hmm. How did you prepare yourself to get into the role as the new VP there?
So I right away reached out to the VP who would be outgoing, just to see if I could come in and meet and see where she had left off, because I knew that there would be the teaching component. So coming out of secondary and not being super familiar with
that's a lot.
the Ontario curriculum for dance and music and phys ed, I wanted her to help me understand where she was at with that. When I knew I was teaching those actual courses, I actually reached out to our arts phys ed consultant at the board, and I was like, help me understand what my first steps are. Here's where the VP will be ending off. Can you help me with the plan? So that was the planning end of things. I also reached out to the administrator, and I asked if there are some things, books, resources that he wanted me to read, brush up on, wrap my head around. So we had a couple of meetings and a day of shadowing, and then it was just see you on Monday the 17th. So I've given myself grace to, go at the pace I can handle. My administrator has been really great at allowing me to do what I can and giving me things every couple of days, something added extra. I've been able to successfully keep up with all the things. In preparing, it was just like reaching out and saying, hey, when can we meet? Where did you leave off with the teaching part? And what are my responsibilities on day one versus down the road? So yeah, I got a list of things. So I knew what I was getting myself into. And as I kind of master one thing, I can take on the next. So, and I didn't feel like I was underprepared. I was ready to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
I have a question, though. We talked when you got in here earlier before we actually started rolling the mic about your experience at with your principal.
Yeah.
And has been very supportive. We have a lot of people that aspire to be a principal, or even they're new to schools. I know you did your own work to get ready, but is there anything that he's done to help you like feel ready in your role so far? Like what have you appreciated about that onboarding with the principal?
I appreciate how honest and open he is. He lets me take on some things, but he's also there alongside. Like I said, when there's a staff member that has an inquiry, he'll ask if they're comfortable with me joining in. If they are, great. Then I can just kind of sit in and hear how he handles things, which is really helpful. He does provide some as protected time as possible at the end of the day. I mean, you can't predict how the end of the day is going to go, but if the end of the day is a pretty good day and there's not a lot going on after the bell, we do sit down and unpack the day, talk about priorities for tomorrow, talk about priorities, for the rest of the week, when he might be out of the building, what that looks like for me. There are a couple of days where I was out of the building, so what does that look like on my planning time side of things? So we're always trying to connect in those spare moments. There are times where we've connected over lunch, and he'd come into my office with his lunch and kind of trying to fill the moments wherever he can to just check in. So frequently checking in and asking, like, where are you at with this? And I've asked questions. I also have a mentor that I ran into the other day, so we had a little touch point there. Yeah, he's just great at bringing me alongside him in whatever he's doing, including me in on all the emails. Even just as FYIs, not even action items, just like responding to people, CCing me, just so I know the gist of the goings on in the building. And so it's been great. No complaints.
That's amazing. I think it makes a big difference on someone's development. I would say from my own experience, how you're received and how you kind of carve out that relationship. Elementary is probably quite different in terms of there's only usually one other. Secondary dynamic, it's like it could be a bunch of people, right? So it's like you're coming into an established team maybe, you're the new person on the block, whereas like in elementary you're coming in, you're the next, it's two, right? So that dynamic, it's probably super important that it goes well. So it's awesome.
Thank you.
So this is a question for all of us, okay? We're time travelers.
Yeah.
All right. So the Nada of today that has had 2 weeks under her belt of VP-ship. You're going back to September or to an earlier time.
Yeah.
What would you tell Nada of the past in preparation for your role? And then we're going to go around, though.
Nada of
because it isn't just like Gorilla Nada.
That's great.
Come on.
Oh, I kind of like that we're just doing that right now. Feel like I'm off the hook for once.
Yeah, I know.
So Nada of the past, what would I tell her in preparation for the VP role?
Yeah.
If I could turn back time even like a month ago, I probably would have asked for a composite of the picture of the teachers.
Oh, okay.
Because a big thing is to address
Who am I talking to right now, right?
Yeah, well, there is a composite at the elementary level, just saying. Yeah. And we are supposed to learn their last names before we learn their first names, because when you're usually addressing them, the students are around. So I'm pretty good with all their last names, but now when my administrator is like, oh, did you talk to Delmar? I'm like, which one is Delmar? So it would have been great to have something with a picture reference to be able to get to know their faces and their names right away. I don't know if that satisfies your question. I'm not going too far back. I'm going back like a month ago.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Okay.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Jordan?
If I were to go back and give myself advice?
Yeah.
I mean...
So Jordan, who's in the classroom, still playing dodgeball.
Yeah. Well, so...
in gym shorts.
How far back are you going?
I went back don't do it.
Well, you were in the classroom a month before, right?
It's
prior
not
to
long
this
ago.
role.
It's not long ago.
Prior to this role. So you have to go back, what?
6 years until that time, right? 5 years. And I had someone that was trying to give me advice then in a really interesting way. I'm wondering if it's still, I should have listened to them or not.
Was it me?
It wasn't you. Well, you gave me advice. I probably listened to your advice, but there was a staff member there that knew I was discerning to become principal and get into administration. And he put a cutout picture of himself like on my locker, and the inside of my locker, like in the phys ed office. Yeah. And I would open it, and it said, buddy, what are you thinking? Yeah. You have the best job in the world. And I look at that every day and go, I should have kept that. But that was the best job in the world. And I think this is still the best job in the world. So I think it's more about like who you are as a person and finding joy in wherever you land. But the advice I give myself is like, you know, I thought it then, but like it's really going to be hard. It's going to test you in a lot of ways that you just don't expect. Like you can be very naive about, oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that hard. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? And then there's lots, right? There's a lot of times you can feel alone. A lot of times you feel unsure, maybe not confident. But I think really just be hopeful that whenever those things come up, that you'll find your way through it, because some of them are really not easy. And they can take years to like get over, I think, for some people. And I think just, you know, I tell myself, like, reach out to someone if it's not going well, or if you're feeling a certain way. Like, it can be going poorly and people can still feel pretty good. It's when it really starts to affect you that I think people need to be aware of. So my advice would be, like, if you feel like you need to talk to someone, like, do it. Mm-hmm. So I do talk to people quite a bit.
Phone a friend.
Different things. Phone a friend. Yeah, and it's different people for different reasons. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes I should be probably picking the different person when I ask. I ask for someone that's probably going to validate me all the time. I'll call the person who's like the hard person. Hey, man, you think I'm right about this? Yeah, absolutely. Okay,
of course
good.
You are.
Good. If I call the person that was a bit softer, they'd be like, no, did you think about this? I don't want to talk to you right now. It's like, I choose who I'm calling. Mm-hmm. But I think just having people that you can lean on is huge. So have a network, and then also become kind to your colleagues, because you're going to need them. Like, you're going to need them. And if you can't do that, you're going to be very isolated in this role, or any role you're in. That'd be my advice.
There you go. So if I think back just a couple years, I've only been at this like 18 months, I would just say have fun with it. Like, literally have fun with it. Because I think you get into a role and you feel like, you know, you have an idea what it's going to be like, but then also, to what you're talking about, Jordan, like, you're kind of thrown into the heat of it. So, like, you got a parent yelling at you, you're dealing with, like, a situation between two students, you're supporting a teacher with another student and family, and you're just like, oh, you're worried about it, like, you want to be all things for all people, but at the same time, like, I think a lot of us share the same thing, that we love this job, but it's important to have fun in the role, and like, just like, not sweat it, have fun in those moments. Yeah, they're stressful, but again, like, in secondary and with yourself, you can connect with somebody afterwards to say, hey, this happened, and, you know, we have a good laugh sometimes, depending on what happened during the day. One of our more stressful days this year, where it was just you and I here in the building. That was a fun day, right? We ended up having fun with it.
Face is not showing it was fun.
It's fun for you.
Fun for you. Fun for the vice principal.
Day,
that's right.
Fun for the vice principal.
Hey, it wasn't.
So if there's a lawsuit.
It wasn't that we. That's right.
That's
right. No, but we ended up I think we ended up having fun with that, and I think it's just. Keep that in mind. Like, you're there, enjoy your job, right? Enjoy the things that you're going to do. Of course, there's going to be those moments that you're not going to like, but it's just a reminder for you to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah. Thanks for asking, guys. For me, I would say, don't give me that look. You don't deal with these guys.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah,
You're
I know.
the one that asked the question, and we're going in a circle.
Could have been kind and be
this
like,
is
well,
a circle.
what
I thought you were a math
Hey, I made eye
teacher.
contact with you to signal that it's your turn next.
Is that what that was?
Right?
Okay, Talmar,
Okay.
tell us what you would say.
Thanks, Nana.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. I feel very
I'm at the
welcome
edge
now.
of my seat.
I feel very welcome now. I would tell my past self a couple things. One, I would say to disconnect, because early on in the career, I would go home and work quite a bit, and always thinking about, I'm going to get caught up on this amount of work, I'm going to get caught up on this, so that tomorrow when I show up, but that email's no falls into like 3 or 4 other emails. Like, the work's always going to be there, right? So it doesn't matter what you do at home. Like, there's always going to be work to do. So just to really be intentional, and when you're home, to be with your family, to be in the moment, to disconnect, and to enjoy the time that you have with them. My second piece of advice, which I would say, let go of the imposter syndrome, because I would work so hard because I'm like, I have so much to learn. It's kind of like drinking out of a fire hose, man. Like, it's just so much in a short period of time. You're kind of thrown into it. You have your colleagues that you lean on, but I got into the role. I was pretty young. Like, I was 31, 32.
What was this, like last year?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
That was good.
nice. Stop. I make me blush. Yeah, I don't even know what I'll say now. You lost my train of thought.
You
were
got into
young.
the role, you were young last year.
Yeah, so I was really really
vape's getting
speechless now.
Stop
Speechless.
vaping.
I was really young, and you think that you're a hot shot, so you got to know all the answers, and that put a lot of pressure that I put on myself to make sure that I had all the answers and and if I didn't know, to learn it and to learn ASAP. And it's okay to be like, hey, I don't know, but I'm going to get an answer for you, right? And just taking off that pressure. And you don't have to know everything because you're surrounded by a team and everyone's here to support you.
So this past selves advice for you guys being in the role longer than 2 weeks is really good advice for me moving forward, right? Because you guys are way more experienced than I am.
That's why I did that.
Thank you.
See that?
So I should have been writing this down, but I will listen back to the podcast and like bookmark
tell your friends.
it.
Tell your friends.
My friends. Yeah.
Okay, any questions there? You got good questions today.
I have a question for
I feel
you.
like that was passive aggressive.
Was it?
I feel like
I have a question.
I'm just reading it. Sorry, I'm just reading it from Copilot. That's what it told me to say.
I have a question for you, Jordan.
Energy level up.
Do you remember you and I picketing and what that conversation looked like and sounded like? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Remind me.
Yeah, we were talking about if we were going to consider administration. Was I already in the pool at that time and I was waiting?
Now that the secret's out because you're already a principal, you were like, I have my PQPs in my back pocket. I'm not sure what to do with them. And I said to you, like, you weren't sure if you were ready to dive in.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I've been considering it, but, I don't know. And you're like, do it. And I was like, I don't know. And sure enough,
coming from the guy that wasn't even doing it yet.
No.
Do it. I'm that guy. You want to do it.
Well, you were saying just get them done if you're interested,
Yes.
and then it's good learning. Even if you dive in or you don't, it's still good learning.
For sure.
And you mentioned that you did it virtually versus in person, and we talked about the pros and cons of that, and the rest is history. But I remember that conversation, and I had some conversations with you too, Mr. Delmar.
So that's how we spent our time picketing, talking about how we become administrators.
Literally on the picket
We're like, right
line.
now, they're inside drinking coffee and warm in their buildings. We're out here.
And he's like, do it.
Yeah, right. We were inside just answering telephone calls like nonstop, just
bet.
angry parents. And it's like, hey, man, I'm not the one outside. I'm here. I'm at work.
Yeah.
That was the rolling protest here. Like, we're picking this day.
Yeah. Kind of gravitated to you, and we walked and we talked, and like I will never forget that.
Here we are.
And here we are.
The other side.
The bright side.
The bright side. Okay, I'll take it.
So we're all from secondary,
Yeah.
right? I wanna ask about the transition from, and I think you had some experience as a liaison, right? But that transition from secondary to elementary administration. So we have the opportunity, no matter where we teach, to apply to either panel to be an administrator. I know some boards aren't like that, but can you talk about, I don't know, you're thinking about that process a little bit and thinking about becoming an elementary administrator? I think people would be curious about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you know, our board, it's just you're applying to be in the pool. And that's how we went in. It wasn't the elementary pool application or the secondary pool application. You applied how you applied, but that final question, because as you guys mentioned yesterday, as you guys mentioned, not yesterday, I listened to it yesterday, your interview podcast. Yeah. How you guys mentioned it, it's a panel. So during that panel with all the people, not your e-portfolio panel, that last question was, which pool are you applying for? Or which pool would you like to be throwing your name into the hat for? And I did say, like, I know I have secondary is what I'm listed as a secondary school teacher. However, in my last year, when I did the interview, it was 6 years. I said I have 6 years in elementaries, exclusively, practically almost. So I feel like I could lend myself nicely to either panel because of what I've been doing as a spec ed liaison and how my eyes were open to that elementary world. So I actually asked them to consider me for both, and that's how I left it. And then when I got the email to say congratulations, it was specified, you have been accepted into the vice principal pool for elementary. But I was open to both, and I truly am loving it.
It's great.
I really am. I mean, secondary would have been great as well, but this is amazing.
So what should we know as secondary educators then about elementary? Give us something we should know, and that we don't.
That you can't eat on the yard. You
can't
just eat willy-nilly wherever you want. Yeah. What else?
Okay, how about this? How much time have you spent on like disciplinary stuff?
So far?
Percentage of your time.
So far?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say 3 students in 2 weeks.
That's
Each
pretty
student
good.
took about. But I have to tell you, there's magic when.
You give them a timeout, or like how does it?
Listen,
How's it
have you
work?
seen my office? All the co-regulation strategies I have everywhere. it's amazing. They get brought down. Anywho, I find that there is power in being in. It's a magical power of being outside for duty. Like, if you're not outside, those are the day I wasn't outside, that's when there was a student waiting on the couch.
It's the magic of the principal presence, right?
So I'm outside, but I'm not eating. I learned that very quickly. And so only 4 situations, nothing too serious, just ones that you're like, what were you thinking? What did it feel like? What did it look like? Who else was involved? How, kind of trying to unpack it and trying to pack the next steps and checking back in with the teacher as to letting them know how my conversation went and what the expectations are moving forward, just to complete the full circle of all the people that need to know where it landed, and off we go.
How much time are you spending, Jordan? Do you ever get out of your office, or is it just your vice principals are the ones that deal with it all?
They deal with a lot.
Does Jordan ever go to his office to actually deal with student discipline?
Oh, yeah, he does.
I don't have to. They just come to me.
So what percentage would you
There's something to
say?
be said about being proactive, too. Like what you were saying, Nada. Like
Being present
That's
and
right.
visible.
And I think being present is a big part of being proactive, right? I do think that de-escalates a lot of situations, and our school, as most schools, they probably have an area where students congregate, right? And then you just being in there, you can just pick up a certain vibe, or you can see that somebody's baselines change, or a group's baselines changed, and you can get on it pretty quick, and it solves a lot of problems, right?
Speaking of vibe, do you want to do vibe check?
Vibe check.
Yeah, I got one.
Nice. It's my favorite.
I don't know what this is,
Co-pilot.
but
Just
let's
kidding.
roll with it.
It's my favorite.
Okay, so vibe check is we ask kind of would you rather question, and you have to pick one option or the other.
Oh boy.
Okay, and everyone's gonna have to choose an answer. I usually choose last because I'm asking the questions, so
Yeah.
I get to hear all the answers first before I
You
Commit.
can't steal any answer.
before I commit.
anybody's
No, it's one or the
answer.
other though.
Oh,
It's like it's this or that. Okay, so here's our vibe check is a bit more real this time because it's about like how you act, I guess, in an administrative role. So here's the first one. Would you rather have a school year full of smooth operations but minimal student growth? Or would you rather have a chaotic year with lots of challenges but make significant improvements in student achievement?
Oh, that's a good
Well,
one.
if you're going to go students first, you want to have a chaotic year. And with lots of learning for us, right? And lots of student growth, that's a great year.
He took my answer.
Gonna say
It's
it.
okay.
Break my heart.
Right or wrong.
I hate to say it, but not putting it out there in the universe. Jordan, it's a ridiculous question. But I would
Blame
choose,
ChatGPT on this one.
I would choose a chaotic year. Not putting it out there. We still do appreciate the smooth operations with optimal student growth as well. But if I had to choose, I would choose a chaotic year with. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a caveat there. It depends how chaotic, all right? Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
a certain
yes.
threshold,
Thanks.
right? Like there's a threshold.
So how
right?
many camera checks a day?
Yeah, I'd say where it gets messy is where people end up finding out what their true philosophy is in education. So the messier, the better to an extent.
Yeah.
For me as well, I don't mind.
There's a threshold.
There's a threshold.
Yeah.
And I mean, chaotic is relative too, right? And our baseline, as
Yeah.
you'll find soon, really changes over time. So, I mean, what you think might be a major issue when you started ends up later being like, oh, it's okay.
Or even when you go from community to community,
That's
right?
right.
Because we do get
Moved around.
We do get moved around quite a bit, and what was not so chaotic in one community, when
That's
you go
right.
to a new community, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And they're like,
Right.
That what?
It's like when you get moved to your next one, they might eat Doritos outside.
Yay!
And I'd be
eating
like,
on the yard.
whoa.
But then,
Right?
Oh.
I don't know.
but then the
Hold up.
wasps will come.
I don't know.
Hold up,
I don't know.
hold
Maybe
up.
I'm wrong. I don't
Yeah.
The
know.
wasps will come,
Yeah.
and then it'll be like, who said we could eat out here?
Okay, question number 2. We're only going to do 3. It's question number 2. Would you rather have all your staff members agree on every decision but feel stagnant in their work, or would you rather have a dynamic staff with differing opinions, constantly striving to improve?
I like the dynamic staff. Like, I wouldn't want them to constantly be agreeable to everything, because then you're not really shifting if everybody's going in the same direction all the time.
Yeah, that sounds healthier too for a staff, right? So you can have that professional discourse,
Yeah.
push each other,
Yeah.
right? And even you're gonna have people going in different directions at times, but that sounds a lot more exciting
Yeah.
and a better community to be a part of.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here a
Of
bit.
course
That's not
you
the
will.
question.
I'm gonna
Come
play
on,
devil's advocate
Mark.
here a bit. Like,
Come on.
but if everyone's agreeable,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, as a principal, you're in charge of the
Yeah.
school and whatever your vision and goals are. If you have an agreeable staff, like.
I just
You
feel
can
like being
achieve a lot.
argumentative right now. So what about if Now we're just all thinking the same in here, and we're all just going in the wrong direction. But nobody's there to push the boundaries, to challenge your vision, even though your vision might be a little misguided.
Huh.
Wow.
You can group people's interests too. Not everybody.
What do you think, Jordan?
The same direction.
I think that I've never worked in an environment where everyone agreed.
Yeah.
So I've never seen that. I don't think that.
Just to be
truly
clear,
exists.
I don't want an environment that everyone.
No.
Right?
I just don't think it's.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's realistic, but the degree to which people like can have healthy differing opinions is it's an important leadership skill as well, and that's not always easy to contain, I think. So I think some of that dynamic staff and differing opinions, it's got to be voiced in an appropriate way to have like meaningful change in the school. And there's like that, it's a fine line on everything we talk about, right? Like you can go over the edge with that too.
Yeah.
And where you're like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right? Like it happens sometimes. Like, are you kidding me right now? Okay, like, can't we just get along?
Yeah.
Right? That's sometimes what I think. But it's going to be messy no matter what. I guess navigating that is that's the challenge of being a leader, right?
100%.
So, yeah, I would like to see dynamic staff. I'm good
Preach.
with that. Preach! Woo! Okay, last one. Ready? Would you rather be able to spend more time working with students but less time overseeing the school's operations? Or would you rather have more time for administrative work but less interaction with students?
I like interacting with the students. I'm only 2 weeks in, but if I had to choose, I think I'd rather take within boundaries some work home and be able to dig in with staff and students and prioritize what needs to be done when the staff and students are not in the building than to be behind closed doors, administrative staff, not available, not visible, would be my this or that. I would choose to be with the staff and students.
Yeah, that's not a controversial question, I don't think.
Delmar will make
Delmar's
it
gonna
controversial.
make it, yeah. I hope he does.
Look at his eyebrows.
I'm going to just say, yeah, obviously I agree with Nana. But I'm going to wait for your answer, Delmar.
I agree with you, Matt.
Okay.
I agree with you, Matt. Yeah. No, if I could spend all day just talking to staff and students, that'd be great. Jordan had that job and then he gave it up.
Yeah, it's true. Totally right.
So we all know which one Jordan would rather prefer,
I
right?
think the problem is that the administrative work has become a lot.
Yeah.
So by prioritizing staff and students, you might be leaving yourself a pile of work at night.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a consideration that people need to balance, right? Like if all you did was focus on that, at certain schools, you'd be doing administrative work in all the other hours, which is, you can't achieve it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of asking yourself, like, how much administrative work can you get away with not doing in order to just be present to students? Like what can wait? Yeah. The number of times I'm being asked to do administrative stuff when I sometimes would rather not, it's a lot. And not even that I want to in that moment, it's I'm being asked to. I gotta get on a call with HR. I gotta get on it. It's like, because they're available then. Okay, well, I kind of want to go out there. But I just got to respond to that because that's a part of operating the school, right? Yeah. And I think that's the challenge. Because the fun stuff is obviously with the students. That's obvious to me and obvious to us in here, it seems like, right? Yeah. Gave up the job that was the right job, eh? Dang. I had that already.
Didn't we all?
Didn't we all? Right? I think we all did.
We all? Yeah.
No, but it's still great, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
That's great.
It's great.
Thanks, Nada.
You're
joining
welcome.
us. I hope we didn't, make it unbearable for you. You did a great job. I love hearing your stories.
I have experience with all of you guys.
I know, it's great.
So I feel like the three amigos have the fourth amigo back in action because we've all had history in some capacity. Yeah. And it's great to be thought of to come and do this. And maybe I come back in a couple more weeks and do another check-in of how things are going.
That'd actually be very interesting.
A good endorsement for people that are considering the role.
Of course.
You are smiling. I don't know if it come through in the audio, but smiling, happy, feeling good about the choice. That's wonderful.
I am.
That's what I want to hear. It's wicked.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So if you're in secondary, you can be an elementary administrator. You can. Or not. I don't know.
Not enough cameras there for Matt.
Yeah.
It's cameraman.
Not enough cameras.
Okay, thank you so much. We usually do a high five at the end. Okay. That's what we've been doing. So we're going to try and...
can we just go like this? Poor way.
I just coughed in
jeez.
His hand, right?
High fiving everybody. That was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of School Leader Vibes. We're incredibly grateful for your time and your contribution to shaping the future, one student at a time. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to connect with us on Instagram at School Leader Vibes for more inspiration. Lastly, please share the podcast with fellow leaders and educators who might benefit from these conversations. Until next time, keep vibing.